welcome. Let's go ahead and begin. We'll start in mountain pose. Hello, folks online. So join me in standing. We'll just continue to prepare for our practice. Let's start by creating a strong foundation for ourselves, standing tall, proud. Just feel this connection to the earth. Just root, connect. And as you're making this connection, also connect with breath. Perhaps just beginning with slow, steady breaths. Get reacquainted with your breathing. Noticing the sound of your breath. Experience how your body is responding to your breath. Perhaps it's moving through you. One way to experience the breath moving through you is when you inhale, just feel the lungs expand. The opening of your heart space. As you exhale, connect to your center, drawing navel inward and even slightly upward towards spine, engaging the abdominal lock. Again, an inhale to feel a lengthening in your spine, going a little taller, even a little lighter up top. Exhale, connect to center. Just hold on to this sensation. Our intention for our practice today is reveal what's important to you. Reveal what's important to you. Sometimes what is important might get lost, or it's covered, or hidden behind some obstacles, things that are in the way. Vision isn't very clear. So perhaps with our practice today, let's form this path, an opening of self, body, mind. So we can begin to really see, reveal what's important to you. Let's take 3 more breaths. With these breaths, prepare your body to move. When you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. Just a nice stretch. Reach all the way up. Good. Exhale, let's fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to as you make your way down towards your toes. Take your time. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or your knees and extend your spine. A little weight shift towards your toes. Feel like you're coming forward. Exhale, let's fold again. Make our way back down. Let's hold this position for a few breaths. Noticing how this feels. The lengthening down through the backs of your legs, a gentle stretch in the hamstrings. The curvature of your spine as your head is drawing downward towards the ground. Feeling the force of gravity. Heaviness perhaps. And sometimes we feel that heaviness in our shoulders, head, and neck. And maybe this is an opportunity to start letting some of that tension go. So maybe some movement, rolling or shaking of the shoulders, your head, even your upper body a little bit. And even opening your mouth really wide, with a yawn. We tend to hold tension there too. Let's prepare our bodies to stand. So shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees, feel like you're going to sit down into a low chair, look forward, and take your arms out to the side. And with an inhale, good. Let's stand up nice and tall, big stretch, reach high. And exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. And just breathe several times into your heart space, feeling that expansion, opening. Let's go through that half salute once again. Here we go. Inhale, reaching into the air, both arms extended. Mountain pose. Exhale, leading with your heart to fold forward. Soft knees, perhaps moving in slow motion. Complete release here at the end. Inhale, slide your hands up the legs, extending through the spine. Crown of your head leads you forward. Exhale, back down we go. Another complete release as you're able. That heaviness, shake it all loose. And then weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Yeah, let's come all the way back up. Reach up a little higher. Exhale, hands together and down to your heart. Let's hold here for a moment, find stillness. Keep this connection with breath, your resource that will guide you through your practice. And just a reminder, it is your practice, so move as you need to, modify, rest whenever you need to. Let's continue with our sun salute. Here we go. Inhale, reaching into the air. Good energy shooting through your fingertips. Exhale, swan dive forward. Again, soft knees, going at your own pace. Inhale, extending through spine, long, flat back. This exhale, fold, getting low enough so you can place your hands on your mat out in front of you. Then walk or step both feet back into plank pose. Pausing here for a couple breaths just to tap into your strength. Maybe that's one of the things that's been veiled or hidden. So time to reveal perhaps your own strength. Let's breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees a little, send your hips into the air, or shortcut to downward facing dog. Take a moment to literally just kind of step into place. Make sure your feet are in the right spot, even your hands, and settle into the pose. You're welcome to hold in stillness or add a bit of movement here if you'd like. Pressing one heel down as the other heel lifts, and then alternate. Notice how this feels through the feet, your ankles, right up into your calves, the bending of your knees, right up into your hips. Maybe just 2 more breaths. Then a nice full breath in, filling up your heart space, your lungs. Exhale, core connection, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of your mat to a forward fold. Inhale, extending through spine. We'll call it monkey pose. Exhale, fold all the way down as best as you can. The weight shift into your heels, bend your knees, look forward, spread your wings. Let's float all the way up. Inhale, reach high. This exhale, let's take chair pose. Let's just keep the body in motion. Weight shift into your hips and heels. Reaching out with good energy through your arms. Holding just a tiny bit longer. Then breathe in, prepare your body to move. Exhale, dive out of your seat. Down towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, re-extending through spine, little weight shift towards toes. Exhale, fold, bend, get low enough, take your time, hands to the mat, and walk, step, or even hop both feet back into plank pose. Reconnect to reveal your strength in plank pose. Feel free to take that shortcut to down dog, or with an exhale, bend elbows, squeeze them in towards your ribs, come down in a straight line, Chaturanga Dandasana. Pressing hands into the floor to straighten the arms perhaps, lifting chest, opening up the heart for upward facing dog, or keep it low, low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees, and send your hips up into the air. Feel the re-extension of spine, downward facing dog. Holding for just a second. Then inhale, extend right leg up behind you. Reach long, find the wall behind you. Good. Exhale, right foot steps up to the top of the mat, landing lightly in your right hand. And then turn left heel to the floor behind you. Some energy and weight back there. Feel the extended spine. Once you're there, and inhale to hinge from hips, rising up, reaching into the air. Here's our warrior one. Keep it moving. Exhale, hinge and fold. Make your way down. Plant your hands. Slide right foot back, plank pose. Same shortcut to down dog or that full vinyasa, chaturanga, into an up dog or cobra, and then downward facing dog. Now you can do any vinyasa that you'd like. Just arriving together in downward facing dog. Arriving. Then inhale to extend left leg up, energetically reaching for the back wall. Good. Exhale, let's bring left foot to the top of the mat for the lunge, landing. Right heel turns to the floor, connecting. Long spine. Inhale, hinge from hips. Rising up, opening up, another heart opener here. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands root back down into the ground. Step back, plank pose. Complete the series as you'd like. Even bringing knees to the floor first, then chest is appropriate. A low cobra for your back bend. And again, coming to a downward facing dog. From here, just gently kneel. Sit back into hero pose, just briefly, then sit off to the side so you can swing the legs around to the front. Sit in the center of your mat. Then go ahead and roll down onto your back. You can certainly bring knees into chest, even some movement here. Before we move into bridge pose, just return to our intention. Just thinking about, what is important to you, and is it obvious to you? Or is it somehow hidden or been blocked? And again, using this practice to help open up the body and mind, bringing those important items to the surface. Let's plant the feet into the ground. Take a nice full breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, engaging core center, then lifting hips into the air. And there's our bridge pose. Again, you might want to adjust the body as you need to. Feet, even getting your arms and shoulders a bit underneath you, just settling in. Like with most back bends, they're heart openers, so treating our bridge pose here as a heart opener. Even a dynamic that we'll experience in some of our other poses, including this one, is that energy and the softness of a posture. So here, the energy of rooting into the floor with your feet, maybe the backs of your arms, your upper back, and then kind of this lightness. You even feel like you're floating up into the air, being led by your heart space or front body. Take 2 more breaths. Then just wiggle the feet forward a little bit, making space in the low back. Extend your arms straight up into the air, releasing the upper back, and then lower your way down, all the way down to the ground. And then draw knees into chest, some movement here, a little massage. And then eventually rocking forward and back. And with a good exhale, rock your way up to seated so you can come to boat pose. There's another good example of where there's this, it seems to be a dichotomy or opposites, where there's energy and strength in the posture, but a sense of lightness. So I want to kind of see how those 2 energies really work together in unison. So maybe an inhale, just to feel the lengthening of spine and that lightness, like you're just going to float up off the ground. And the exhale, of course, is the core connection, Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal lock, that power, the energy and strength with this core stimulating pose. Okay, let's move. Breathing in. Exhale, we can cross legs if you can, hands in front or even to the side, so you can get your feet back behind you, returning to plank pose. Pause. Gently set your right knee onto the floor directly underneath the right hip. Swing the right foot off to the right side for a kickstand, because we're going to open up sideways for side plank. That's it. Here. Things we can do here is left hand maybe is starting by reaching straight up into the sky at 12 o'clock. You might even send it over your head towards the front of the room. Nice extension and stretch through the left side of the body. Now these poses don't have to be static, they can be fluid. So you might reach over your head, reach back up towards the ceiling, even feel free to reach to the back of the room just to get some mobility and fluidity through your shoulder perhaps. Imagine you're wearing a belt, and that belt buckle is just moving forward towards the wall that you're facing at the moment. Yes, breathing in, and our exhale to return to the earth, left hand, left knee, bring your kickstand back in. Here's a little tabletop. Let's take cat and cow flow, that pose, those 2 poses that flow together, maybe 3 breaths. Inhale to look forward, that's cow. Exhale to tuck chin under, rounding the spine into cat. Inhale to cow, it's a back bend feel. And the exhale. So more fluidity through the spine, mobility through the pelvis and hips. When you're finished with those 3 breaths, just return to stillness in your tabletop position for a second. I'm going to step the feet back, knees off the floor, return to plank pose just for that re-engagement, feeling strength return. And then gently set the left knee onto the floor, swing the left foot off to the side for balance, your kickstand there. And then opening up sideways for side plank, our variation with knee on the ground. Nice opening. It's a hip opener too, again, so the belt buckle, the imaginary belt buckle is moving forward. And that fluidity through the arm, maybe reaching up, maybe over your head towards the front of the room, like a big wave in slow motion. Reaching to the back of the room if you'd like. Just checking in, feeling, assessing any tightness in the shoulder or back or chest. Breathing in, or exhale to return to the earth. Right hand, right knee, bring in the kickstand. Another 3 breaths, cat and cow. Moving and flowing with breath. Remembering you can rest or pause at any time. From here, it's going to return to plank pose, same thing. Onto the toes, lift the knees, re-extend. Then bend knees, hips into the air, down dog. And we'll continue our lunge sequence from here. So take a breath in and extend right leg up behind you, reaching long. We're going to open this up, so bend your knee so your heel comes down towards backside a little. Yeah, a little lift of the knee. So opens through the hips, a little twist or rotation in the spine. Noticing, feeling, good. Breathing in again, we're going to move. Exhale to unwind and step through. Right foot to the top of the mat, light landing. Left heel turns to the floor, well connected. Flowing into Warrior One, rising up. And exhale, opening the body into Warrior Two. Yes, that adjustment of feet underneath you, solid and strong, rooted. Energy out through the arms. And follow your right arm forward, angled upper body. Rotate here for our side angle pose. You can do the same thing here, very similar to our side plank pose. Belt buckle is moving forward to help open through the hips. Some fluidity through that arm and shoulder as you'd like. Another option here is you can even bring that left arm all the way down, maybe just to your side, or even behind you to low back. Maybe some circles with the shoulder there. So you can get creative. And preparing to move. Breathe in, opening up a little more. We'll exhale, turn, hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Just take a shortcut to down dog. Bend knees, hips into the air. When you're ready, inhale to extend the left leg up, reaching back, and open the hip by bending the knee. Heel comes down a bit towards backside, lifting the knee slightly. The hip kind of automatically opens, and there's a slight twist in the spine. Breathing in right where you are, and your exhale to move. So unwind, stepping left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel plants into the earth, very solid. Hinging your way up. Warrior One. And exhale, opening up to the right side of the room as your arms come down to parallel, reaching energetically, adjusting for balance, strength. And follow the left hand forward, angled upper body. Here we go, side angle pose. Left hand reaching down, right hand up. Part of the dynamic, I think, of this pose and uniqueness of this posture is that you can make it unique. You can reach down and actually touch the ground, or use a prop like a block or a stack of books, or come up much higher or be much higher in the pose, resting the hand or your arm on your thigh. Yes, that fluidity of the right arm in the air. Getting ready to move. Whenever you're ready, breathing in. And our exhale, turning, returning to the earth, hands to the floor, step back, plank pose. Pause just to realign.
Just one more shortcut, downward facing dog. You can certainly go through the full sequence there. We'll just take that shortcut for now. Nice full breath in, ready to move. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat to your forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose, just to extend the spine, lifting a little bit. Refold with the exhale. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, reach high. This exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Right there, good. And just a little relaxation in the shoulders. Maybe shake them out. All the way down through the joints, elbows, wrists, and fingers. Even down the body, hips, check in. Hips, knees, ankles, toes. Okay? We're going to do some balance work here. So starting with tree pose. Whenever you're set, just finding that nice solid connection with the ground, even distribution of weight on both feet. That subtle shift of weight into right foot, root down into the earth, strong leg. That lightness, here we go, that dichotomy. Weightedness down below, lightness up top. Exhale for your center connection, then peel left foot up off the floor, lift. We'll open the hip here by swinging the knee out to the side, placing foot on the inside of the standing leg. And inhale, let's take the arms all the way up, reaching into the sky. Good. Once they are in the air, maybe a little extra reach, another extra lift. As if you're just going to float away, but knowing that you are rooted into the earth, just like that strong tree. Finding something to focus on out in front of you. It might be directly in front of you or even down low on the ground. Keep the arms extended. Let's swing left knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot. That's it. Plant the foot into the ground. Arms come back down by your side. Letting it all go. A nice kind of little example of kind of being a little tense and energetic, active, and then letting all that go to release all those layers. And finding that solid stance. And our weight shift to left foot, press. Inhale, lightness up top, fill up the lungs, core engagement on the exhale, and the right foot just floats up. Swing the knee out to the side, placing foot on the inside, there we go, standing leg. Finding your focal point somewhere out in front of you as your arms start to grow, reach, lift, expand. These are the kinds of postures we want to practice to reveal what's important to us. Openings, feelings and thoughts and even belief systems can get trapped in our bodies. Good. Keep the arm extension. Let's swing the knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot. Nice. Plant the foot into the earth. Find that balance. Arms just come back down by your side. Shake it all the way. Excellent. Continue our flow. We'll add on. Inhale, reaching into the air, both arms. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose, re-extending spine. Exhale, fold and bend, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose. Once in plank, feel free to come down if you like, Chaturanga Dandasana, or modify the flow there. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Yeah, I love that. Rolling the shoulders back to help open the heart. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Nice flow of the body. Okay, new sequence. You're going to inhale, extend right leg up, reaching long. Hold for a second. You feel like you can get longer. Reach more through that right foot. Press more deeply into the earth with the hands. Inhale. And exhale, let's bring right foot to the top of the mat. We're going to do a high lunge. So left heel will stay lifted. We do need to shift weight back a bit so we have lightness in the hands. We can easily float up. Holding here for a second. More of that dichotomy. Reach up, lunge low, strength down below. Energy and lightness up top. And then hug to center. Like you're just holding all that good energy, strong and light. Okay, we're going to advance forward a little bit. So we're going to hinge forward about 45 degrees. Really keep extending out through the arms. Nice energy through that back heel, like it was an anchor and just keeping you in place. But in a second, we're going to release that anchor, shifting weight into right foot, the front foot here, and then step forward into chair pose, chair. Okay.
Follow me. We're going to stand up nice and tall, reach extended mountain pose. Exhale, bring your arms down, but bring your hands to your hips. Right here. Once you've had your hands on your hips, push pelvis down. Okay? More opposites. Push down while torso feels like it's lifting up. Okay? So if you can hold that, just an exhale, core connection. A little softness in the knees. Weight shift into a right foot. You're going to pick up the left foot. It's like we're preparing for a tree, but instead, you're going to kick a soccer ball. Just kick the soccer ball with the left foot. You're going to cross this ankle over right thigh. Okay, a little bend of that right knee and start to take a chair-like position. Okay? Now you can stay up high like this, or as you establish balance, maybe you're going a little lower. Bending the right knee to take a deeper seat. You can even fold a little bit. This probably will show up as far as sensation in that left outer hip and glute. Hands on hips. Two things. One, to help keep hips aligned, but also that same energy of maybe moving or shifting the hips like they're moving to the back edge of your mat. Meanwhile, your torso is still getting long and you're moving forward through the crown of your head. We're going to rise up as we grow tall. We're going to lift that left foot, even extend the arms into the air. Plant the foot into the ground. Inhale, reach high, both arms. Exhale, swan dive.
Inhale, extending through the spine, monkey. Exhale, fold and bend, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose, come down as you'd like. Chaturanga Dandasana, again, a variation of the flow, or a shortcut right into downward facing dog, whatever you'd like to do at this moment. Okay, again, being creative, listening to your body, and responding appropriately. So other side, an inhale to extend left leg up, reaching back. You're going to hold on the exhale and experience the body getting longer, maybe even a little stronger. Reach back more through the toes, hands root into the earth, breathe in. Exhale, left foot comes to the top of the mat for your high lunge. Landing there, right heel stays lifted, all 10 toes are forward. Shifting weight back, hands are light. Yeah, you have that floating up sensation, again, that lightness. And once you're tall, reach high, lunge low. There's our opposites. Strong foundation, light up top, hug and hold on to those energies. Inner thighs, core, even your arms, there it is. Okay, once you have it, then it's kind of this idea of taking it forward on your path. Reaching forward out through the arms, angled upper body. Still anchored though behind you. Be ready to release that anchor. Okay, shifting weight into left foot, step forward into chair pose. Pause for a moment. Okay, moving into our next action here, standing tall, reaching into the air, extended mountain, arms come down, hands to hips, same thing. Push pelvis down as the torso continues to get long. A little softness in the knees, weight shift into left foot. We'll pick up the right foot. There's our soccer kick, cross ankle over thigh, and take a little seat. You can stay just like this. If you happen to have a wall or something nearby next to you, use that wall. If you need a little extra assistance for balance, use that wall or chair, whatever you've got, person. Okay. Certainly challenge yourself if you want, sitting down a little deeper, even folding a little bit more. Notice, feel, breathe, especially if there's this depth of sensation. Maybe there's a little bit more depth in the breath. Hips are shifting towards the back edge of your mat. Crown is coming forward. And then we're going to stand up tall. Uncrossing the leg, lifting knees. See if you can extend the arms up. Plant the foot. Keep it moving. Breathe in a little higher with both arms. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, fold and bend, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose. Same thing, you can come down if you'd like, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, very mild if you need to, and exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, new series. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you, bend and twist. Going to pigeon pose. So you can unwind, bringing right knee to the floor behind right wrist, angled leg here, landing lightly. The left knee will come down. We'll shift, sitting back, using the left knee and toes to kind of settle right to the center of the body. Once you kind of feel like you're in place, another breath in to extend spine. Exhale, crawl forward. So we'll just choose this variation of pigeon. We've got a floor sequence that we're going to be putting together. As you find yourself in the posture, we've got some more options. I really want this practice for you to be, quite open and wide, meaning that you have lots of possibilities. One possibility, of course, is just to hold in place. Complete stillness. That's certainly a nice challenge to take in a posture like this. But also you have the freedom to move. So adjust, kind of shift, settle, whatever you need to do to kind of really get into the nuances and the subtleties of the posture. That's going to help you to release or help you to reveal what's important to you. Let's take 3 more breaths. And those can be very slow. So as we transition through these next few postures, really take your time. Move in slow motion. So if you happen to be down pretty low, head's close to the ground, you're on your forearms, slowly start to rise up onto the hands. You don't have to lift up too high, just onto the hands. Shift way over to right side. Even take your hands over to the right side there. So you can bring this left leg all the way around. What you're going to do is step this left foot over right knee. Okay, we're going into a little bit of a twist. What you may need to do, at least I do, I need to kind of lift and reset just to get the sits bones in place. And then hands on the shin in front here, and use that as a way to help you sit up nice and tall. We're going to turn this into a twist. So your right arm might extend forward. Got some options. You might wrap the arm around the knee. You might take your elbow on the other side of the knee, or even just use your hand and hold onto the knee or shin. The left hand, behind you, maybe just prop it onto the floor. Gently press into the ground to help you, really just to assist your own body to sit up a little taller. That's of course, is an inhale. Exhale, pull belly in. A little twist to the left. Now what we want to be careful with is, because this hand or arm is, on this knee in front here, it's very easy to kind of pull yourself into a twist. Let's see if we can resist that. Okay, here's a nice test. Free up the right hand. Okay, keep it there. Now inhale, see if you can sit up a little taller on your own. Yeah. Exhale, pull belly in, see if you can really turn a little bit on your own. Okay, that's the action we really want to have. And the hand on the leg is just to hold you in place. Okay, so a nice little test. 2 more breaths. Okay, you're going to slowly unwind, mainly just kind of facing forward. And then the hands, just lean back into your hands. Just lean back. Stay here, okay? What we're going to do, this right leg is kind of underneath this. We're going to do is going to slide the foot forward a bit so your shin, that right shin, is parallel with the front edge of your mat. And then we're going to stack this left leg on top of the other, ankle to knee pose, or double pigeon. Okay, so ankle to knee here, knee to ankle on the other side. Don't worry if there's a gap, okay? If you want to close that gap, you can use a block if you happen to have one, or even just hold that knee in your hand, okay? If you need to shift, because you can certainly shift this ankle does not have to be right on top of the knee. If you need to slide it back, okay, and stack that way, that's fine too, okay? But part of the integrity of this particular posture is seeing if you can get the shins parallel with the front edge of your mat, so you really experience sensation in those hips. Here's another assist you can possibly do, is hands on the mat or floor, push down to help lift up. That creates some space, even more sensation. It might even start to close the gap here a little bit of knee to ankle. If you're already there and it feels okay, then you might want to fold forward. Okay, that's a lot for me. You can really sense that.
but knowing and remembering that our hips really store a lot of energy, all kinds of energy, emotions. Good. Double pigeon, fire logs, or ankle to knee pose, all the same. One more breath. Again, start to come out of this sensation. Lean back into the hands. Okay, a lot. So you can uncross the legs, maybe heels on the floor here. Maybe a little lift and a resit if you need to, getting the sits bones plugged back into the earth. And then a float into boat. That's probably how I'll announce that. Float into boat, that lightness as you inhale. Exhale into the strength of the posture. Let's breathe in, one more float. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front or to the side. So you can hop or step back, plank pose. Hold, there's our realignment of the body. Here's another posture, side plank, right side plank. You just kind of swivel on the toes, okay? Right hand stays on the mat, left hand into the air. You can do it like we did the first time where right knee comes to the ground if you want, okay? Breathe in, very nice. Exhale, just return to plank pose, onto the toes, both hands on the mat. One last thing here, partial push-up, bend elbows like you're gonna go down into a push-up, but not all the way down, just a little bend, and then push away into downward facing dog. Okay? Again, just stepping into place, a nice softness in the knees, feel the hips just wanna float away, hands root into the earth, good extension of spine. Okay, that's our floor series. So let's do the other side. So inhale, extend left leg into the air, bend and twist. Let's unwind it and send left knee to the earth behind left wrist. Angled leg, right knee comes to the ground using right knee and toes. Start crawling back, take your time. Doesn't have to be too far, just to the point that feels right for you on this side. Once you are in place, and inhale, good extension of spine, maybe then exhale, that crawling forward sensation as you lower your way down. And it may take a few moments to, assess and settle in, adjust, shift, and move. Good awareness of breath. And again, those options of maybe I'm just going to hold here. I'm just going to be in stillness. Let the body, internal body, even the subtle body, just do its work. Or maybe you want to assist by adding gentle movements, massaging delicately. Tune into breath, awareness of breath, awareness of sensation. Where is this showing up for you? Let's take 3 more breaths. And again, moving as slowly as you can. Start to rise up onto the hands, sitting off to the left side, even hands over to the left so this right leg can come all the way around, stepping right foot over left knee. You can stay on the inside if you need to do that, okay? Or over the knee, a little reset if you need to. Same thing, getting us ready for the twist. We want to get some good length in the spine. So lift. Nice and tall. Let's extend the left arm out and do what you want to do with the left arm to hug or hold on to the knee here, okay? And the right arm can come behind, planting the hand into the earth. The assist to help extend spine with a breath in. Exhale, draw belly in, twist or rotate. Remember that little trick if you want to try, maybe free up the left hand and see if you can, on your own, inhale, get tall, leading through the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw belly in, and using that core strength, energy to rotate. Okay? And then hold on. Hold. Breathe. Okay? Be aware of rotating too far. I just noticed my own body. I went a little too far, and I can feel my body react to that. Okay? That's tension. That's the stuff. That's the layers that get on top or get in the way of the really important things. So if you need to soften things, find the lightness of things, go there instead. 2 more breaths. We'll return to center, just a little bit of an unwind. Lean back into both hands. Okay, not moving yet, so that left foot's just going to kind of scoot forward. Shin parallel with the front edge of your mat, stacking the logs here of our fire logs here. Ankle to knee pose, adjusting how the legs are. Okay, use props or padding if you need to close the gap between knee and ankle on that right side. Maybe hands on the floor to help extend spine. Notice there is, at least for me, there is sensation in doing that. If you fold, that certainly will show or provide sensation. Noticing again, just like the twist, want to be sure you're not pushing or forcing yourself into a pose. Maybe just arriving at a space where, oh, I'm okay here. Yes, I can feel this, but there's still that sense of lightness, there's clarity, there's a sense of ease at the same time. 2 more breaths. Rise back up if you're folded. Lean back into the hands so we can uncross the legs. Heels on the floor for a little reset. And float into boat. And we're flowing, breathing in. Exhale, cross legs. Hands in front or to the side. Hop or step back, plank pose. Very strong in the body, well extended body. Okay, then left side plank. You might just swivel on the toes here. Opening up to the right side of the room. Reach, open, extend. Left knee can be on the floor. Okay, we're breathing in. And our exhale to return to the earth plank pose. Then our partial push-up. Bend elbows, go down a little, then push away from the ground. Downward facing dog. Step into place. Okay, just a quick break. Bring the knees to the floor. Sit back into hero pose, just to get off the hands for a moment. Okay, we're really just preparing for the flow. So we're going to put all those elements together. There's a few other things we'll add, but that's pretty much our sequence. Okay. So whenever you're ready, you can just rejoin me in a downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, extend right leg straight up and back, strong straight line. And right foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. Okay, we did this earlier, so weight shift to center, floating your way up, reaching into the sky, reach high, lunge low, connect to center. Continue our journey forward, hinging forward 45 degrees, feeling anchored at first. Release the anchor. Okay, shifting weight into right foot. This is new. We're going to pick up that left foot, bend the knee, bring the knee forward. The legs will float here. Flexing the foot, we're going to kick the soccer ball cross ankle over thigh. So we're going right into our cross-legged chair pose here. Okay, we're not going to be here too long. Maybe just sit and sink a little bit, but rise up. Feel that lightness. Uncross the leg, lifting knee, flexed foot. Return to high lunge. Hinge, step back, land on toes back there. High lunge. Good. Opening warrior 2. Yes. Okay, then right into our side angle, reach out, rotate. Okay, you might even follow left hand over your head if you'd like. Still in motion, breathe in. Exhale, turn, hands to the floor. We're going to slide the right foot back and up into downward facing dog, right leg lifted, bend and twist. Let's go to that floor series. Pigeon, right knee, behind the right wrist on the floor, angled leg.
Set the left knee down, crawl that left leg back. Okay, we are going to go into the lying down version with a little accent to it, okay? So your elbows usually come down to the floor, forearms come to the floor. You can stay just like that, but here's a little accent if you want to try this little piece here. Maybe extend the arms forward so the elbows come off the floor. Maybe you're just propped up onto your fingertips like this. Maybe resting, if you can reach, forehead comes down to the floor if you're close enough to the floor. So it certainly does add a little bit more sensation. Just 2 more breaths, reaching through that left foot to the back of the room. Okay, step the hands back so they're on the floor. So you can press to lift yourself up just enough to sit off to right side. Left leg comes around, step over the knee, resit. Here comes the twist. Let's get the extended spine. Maybe your right arm wrapped around the knee, left hand behind you. If you want to free up that right arm, inhale, long spine. Yeah. Exhale, rotate just a bit. Hug to hold. Okay? But we're not going to be here long. Just finish that last breath you're on right there. And then we'll just unwind it facing forward. Lean back a little so we can slide that right foot forward. Shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. Stack your logs here. Okay, settle in. Again, we're not going to be here long. Maybe a nice lift through the torso. Stay there on the exhale, or a little hinge forward if you want to get into the hips a bit more. Okay, we're coming back up. Lean back. Uncross legs. Heels on the floor. Resit. Float into boat. Yes. Okay. Okay, and then we're crossing legs, hands in front. Hop or step back into plank pose. Strong straight line. Right side plank, just swivel on the toes, opening up to the left side of the room, just opening up, even like you're reaching behind you a little bit. Yeah, breathe in, exhale, return to plank. There it is. Partial push-up, downward facing dog. There's our flow. Inhale, extend left leg up and back. Left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. Find your center. Take your time with all of this. Rising up. Reach high, lunge low. Holding onto those energies. Hinge forward 45 degrees. Hold for a second for the extension. Okay, we're shifting weight into left foot so we can pick up the right foot behind us. Bend the knee, kick it forward, and then kick the soccer ball in front. Cross ankle over thigh. Take a seat. A little sink or just hold where you are. We're rising up right away, uncrossing the leg. Okay, back to high lunge. So hinge, step back, land on the toes. Nice and tall, opening. There it is, warrior 2. Side angle, reach out, rotate. Inhale just to expand and open. Exhale, return to the earth. Both hands on the floor. Down dog, slide left foot back and up into the air. Bend and twist. Floor sequence starting with pigeon. Left knee to the floor behind the wrist, angled leg. Right knee comes down, use knee and toes, crawl back. Crawl forward, come down. Okay, elbows and forearms on the floor initially, or if you want to try the little extra by reaching out, extended arms propped up on fingertips, maybe forehead reaches the ground, perhaps, just a maybe. Feel this good energy in the body, great openings in the body. One more breath. Hands on the floor to help you lift. Sit to the left. Right leg comes around and good hip work just to do that kind of a swing. Left foot over the knee. Pull onto the shin, sit tall. Okay. We're taking right hand behind us. Maybe free up this left hand and arm. On your own, inhale, get tall. Exhale, draw belly in, rotate. Then you can hug and hold. Just for maybe a breath or two. Okay, we're unwinding to face forward, leaning back a bit so we can send left foot forward, shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. We'll stack this top leg on top of the other. Maybe the hips are getting a little bit more open since we're doing this like 37 times, right? Lifting nice and tall. Maybe a hinge forward if that feels okay. Okay, we're coming up and out of that. Lean back into the hands, uncross, and float into boat. Breathing in, one more lift. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose, almost there. Left side plank, just swivel on the toes, opening up to the right side of the room. Right arm extends. Inhale. Exhale, plank. You can do another partial push-up to down dog or come down all the way, chaturanga, just to finish up the sequence into an up dog or other back bend. And then arriving in your down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Let's take another seat. You can hop forward, cross legs to take your seat, or kneel down to take a seat, sitting in the center of your mat. Go ahead and roll down onto your back. Hug knees in. As you hug the knees in, check in with breath. Maybe take these first few moments before we get into the next pose, just to find ujjayi breathing, those slow, deep, melodic breaths. And again, back to that freedom of what you would like to do. First, just listening to the body, take a quick assessment of what you would like to do, what your body needs. And so I'll just provide some options as far as movements if you'd like. You can certainly just go right into Shavasana here, or another back bend if you'd like bridge or wheel, a hip opener like happy baby pose, or reclining cobbler's pose. Again, I'm just going to provide some options. Maybe even a leg extension just to get inverted, legs in the air, or even shoulder stand. Nice. You might even opt in a spinal twist. As you're continuing to move and listening to your own body and mind, also be thinking about our practice. To provide some release, to help you to open up, helping to reveal what is important to you. Experiencing the yin and yang of those opposites that work together, that can work together in unison. Like that strength and lightness. Finding that balance. Checking in with how you're doing at this moment with a few more minutes. So if you're still flowing and moving, please feel free to continue. Whenever you feel complete, just make your way to a comforting pose. That might be Shavasana, something that's restorative, where you can take a moment for quiet meditation and stillness. It could also be lying on your side, or even seated. Even once you arrive in that pose, take the time to kind of settle, move, shift, adjust, so you can find that the most comfortable space to be in.
Stay right where you are. No need to move just yet. Just reconnect to breath. Once again, return to the awareness of your breath. This time taking 5 slow, steady breaths. And as you experience the depth of each breath here, let your body be filled. Feel the abundance of your breath, the expansion, the opening and release, shedding those obstacles, those hindrances, revealing what's important to you. With these breaths, also feel movement return to your body, perhaps just subtle movements at first. Certainly no rush to move, but when you feel right, slowly and carefully roll onto either side of your body. Take your time. Just find that nurturing pose. Even just remind yourself that it's good to take care of yourself. And from here, slowly rising. Coming to a seated position. Here, sitting as proud as you can. Your arms and hands can just rest by your side in your lap, or bring hands to heart center. And wherever you are, just taking one more breath. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Namaste.